Alright guys, I'm sorry that we're going to have to open this content with some unfortunate news, but the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, has officially tested positive for the illness, and I honestly don't know what to say. I'm sure we're going to find out more about this story soon, and I didn't want this to be the main point of this video, but honestly, our thoughts and prayers are with Sean Payton. Hopefully no one else on the New Orleans Saints has it as well, because you have to bear in mind Drew Brees is on that team, Michael Thomas is on that team, Alvin Kamara is on that team. Of course, they haven't been, I don't really expect that they have been together as a result of what's going on, but it's been NFL free agency, and I feel like there was like a brief period where head coaches and players met with one another if they were to make any signings. So we have to keep our eyes open for this story, and honestly, let's just open this video with some thoughts and prayers for Sean Payton. What is going on, YouTube? Your boy Microphone back again with some more NFL free agency news. Now guys, if you're new to this channel, you want to get the latest and greatest NFL news, rumors, and updates straight to your device, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and turn notifications on, because this is a brand new channel and we can use as much help as we can to help this channel grow. In addition to that, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I made an Instagram called Flight Microphone. In the event that some crazy news happens and I'm not by my computer to make a video on it, I will probably update you guys on Instagram. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. A lot of you guys are wondering how credible I am, because yesterday I came out and I said Antonio Brown is very likely to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because him and Tom Brady had this like little romance going on, and Tom Brady apparently supposedly tried to bring Antonio Brown with him wherever he was going to sign. But today, Bruce Arians came out and said that he is unlikely to sign Antonio Brown, despite the fact that they worked together in Pittsburgh during Antonio Brown's earlier years, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it. The Buccaneers are loaded at wide receiver. There's better wide receiver options than Antonio Brown that come with probably half of the headache, but I had to update you guys on that because I want you guys to know that I will own up to my bad takes every single time I make a bad take. Now, on to this news about Todd Gurley. And it's really sad. Honestly, it's really sad. It's sad for multiple people. It's not only sad for Todd Gurley. It's not sad for the Los Angeles Rams. It's sad for running backs, because Todd Gurley is one of three, well, I don't know if you want to count David Johnson, but he's one of three running backs that got shown a ridiculous market-setting contract. And in fact, he was the first running back to get this crazy contract extension from the Los Angeles Rams after being a very focal point of their offense. As a matter of fact, when Todd Gurley received the contract extension, this was a 4-year, $57.5 million extension with $45 million guaranteed. He was playing at an MVP level that year, by the way. He crushed it. In his first 12 games that year, he had 1,649 yards from scrimmage and 19 touchdowns. There was no question in our minds who the top fantasy football halfback was that year, and that was Todd Gurley. And he lived up to the hype. 100% he lived up to the hype. And as time progressed on, Todd Gurley would get to the playoffs with the Los Angeles Rams, and that's when his knee began to act up. Now, you have to understand, guys, Todd Gurley's knee has always been a concern. Even when he got drafted out of Georgia, the number one issue with Todd Gurley was if he could stay healthy, if he could stay on the field, and if he could do whatever it takes to prolong his NFL career, he would be an absolute asset to have on your squad. But that's the problem. You see, when you give a player a 4-year, $57.5 million contract extension, you're expecting him to keep up that level of production for another 4 years. And unfortunately for Todd Gurley, that's not exactly what happened. Now, there's multiple layers to this. The fact that, first of all, the LA Rams paid Todd Gurley this extension, and eventually he didn't live up to the billing of that extension, just further supports the argument against running backs getting shown a gigantic bag. Think about it. Out of Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, and Ezekiel Elliott so far, and bear in mind, Ezekiel Elliott's only in year one. He only completed 1 year of his contract. No, he didn't even complete 1 year of his contract extension. His contract extension is set to kick in during the 2020 NFL season. So, out of Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, and Ezekiel Elliott, technically, you could make the argument that all three of the running backs still haven't proven the fact that halfbacks deserve to be getting these gigantic contracts. Because bear in mind, and I'm going to tell you, there's a huge pyramid to Todd Gurley's shortcomings for the Los Angeles Rams. And what I mean by that is, in order for the Rams to be successful, they need to establish a phenomenal run game. It doesn't even have to be only through Todd Gurley. It could be through Todd Gurley. It could be through jet sweeps to Brandon Cook. It could even be through jet sweeps to Robert Woods and Gerald Everett. It doesn't matter. So long as the defense is anticipating the run, then the Los Angeles Rams could utilize Jared Goff in play action passes. And the play action passes should be easy to say this. This sounds truly awful. They don't have time to wait for a position that is considered widely in the NFL as a fairly replaceable position. If your running back is broken, you aren't going to have trouble finding another running back in free agency or even in the NFL draft. And in the Rams situation, I wouldn't be shocked if they opted for either, because you have to understand that the Rams also have a ton of big decisions to make. They already gave Aaron Donald the max, which was the right call. They showed Jared Goff the max as well, which I guess if you look at his numbers, has a down season prior to having some good seasons. And I honestly think Jared Goff was worth the money that he was shown. It's very hard to find franchise QBs, and when you invest a number one overall pick in a guy, you need to do what you can to keep him if he's shown you the slightest bit of potential, especially if he led you or was the quarterback for your Super Bowl team, although they didn't win a Super Bowl. But bear in mind, essentially what the Los Angeles Rams are doing here is they're essentially choosing Jalen Ramsey over Todd Gurley. They need to free up as much money as they can in order to keep that shutdown corner. Because if the Rams want to be successful, they need to do whatever it takes to keep Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on that team. It's very rare that you have two transcendent talents on the same defense. And in my opinion, if you asked me in 2018 who's the best corner in the game and who's the best overall defensive player in the game, I would have told you Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. And it's for those reasons Todd Gurley got released. Now, I'm not writing off Todd Gurley's career because I know there's going to be a team that's going to give him a chance. If you ask me, I wouldn't be surprised if Todd Gurley goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But if you ask me, the days of Todd Gurley being a every down running back, being the guy that you just give the ball to and plan your offenses around, are absolutely gone. I feel like the years we could expect from predictable season, 12 touchdowns off of rushing, 207 yards off of receiving. You need to understand that he played in all 15 games. They did try to lower his usage, and of course, it wasn't anything close to his years prior, because in the past, his scrimmage yards, say in 2018, was 1,831. His scrimmage yards in 2017 was 2,093. And last year, it was literally half of that. It was 1,064 yards from scrimmage. So this move makes sense. It's a very gut-wrenching move for a guy that was considered to be one of the faces of the Los Angeles Rams rebuild. But it's difficult decisions such as these that are necessary to build a championship contender. Clearly, if you guys were watching the Rams last year, something was wrong. They were not dominating opponents the same way they were, but it was very easy to identify what was in trading for Todd Gurley despite his contract. And obviously, now that he's being released, they could easily sign him without having to give anything up. Now, I understand he's not the same player that he used to be. I understand he probably would be more of a rotational halfback. But think of Tom Brady having the option to check it down to Todd Gurley on third downs. They don't even need to feature him so much in the game because you have Chris Godwin, you have Mike Evans, you have OJ Howard, you have Tom freaking Brady, and then say you have Payton Barber there still on running downs, and then on those special, maybe as a pass catching third down back, or on occasion you could feature Todd Gurley in specific series. My prediction is he goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've been wrong before on this channel, so this is speculation, but the main point of this video was to give you guys analysis as to why Todd Gurley got released. Make sure you guys are following me on my Twitch and TikTok account, guys. It's at the Flight Mike on TikTok, and my Twitch is just Flight Mike. Aside from that, I'm your boy Microphone. I'll catch you guys in the next upload.